Content creation, whether it be blogging, podcasting, creating videos, writing articles or books, or some other related process, is a whole different ballgame once you start to take it seriously enough to rely on it for some or all of your income. Then it's not just fun and games, for every mistake you make hits you right straight in the pocketbook. But of course, so does every win, so it almost evens out. I've been creating content for some time, over 20 business books, 700 videos, over 1,000 talks, both live and online, and too many articles and blog posts to even count. And I'm here to share with you 10 brutally honest truths about supporting yourself and your family as a content creator. Brutally honest truth number one, if you are going to work creating content with the expectation of supporting yourself, it will be the hardest thing you've ever taken on. You'll work more hours than at a corporate job, but, and this is a big one, it will be one of the most rewarding challenges you can imagine. If your dream is to be a digital nomad, working a few hours each day, blogging or podcasting about your adventures, and then playing for most of the rest of the day, content creation is not the road for you to take. Yes, occasionally I do only work a few hours a day or take a week off or two, but that's only after working several weekends and or 12 to 14 hour days in advance before the holiday. Brutally honest truth number two, the odds of your becoming an overnight success are slightly lower than your odds of winning the Powerball. For viewers outside the United States, the Powerball is a big lottery in the US, often boasting of having a prize of hundreds of millions of dollars. It took J.K. Rowling 6 years to get that first Harry Potter book published. It took Mr. Beast, probably the most successful YouTuber ever, 4 years to get his first 1,000 subscribers. And there are more examples. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, is often quoted as saying, it takes 10 years for someone to become an overnight success. Brutally honest truth number three, there is no field of dreams in content creation. If you build it, they won't come unless you market and publicize your work, learn how the various platforms work, learn how the different algorithms work, and adjust to changing market forces and work very hard. And that is precisely what this channel is about. We'll show you how to do all that. So you might want to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right now so you'll be among the first to know when we post new content. Brutally honest truth number four, time, patience, and SEO are your best friends when trying to get into the content creation business. Sometimes your biggest winners will take a while to catch on. It could be that it takes a while for the algorithm to figure out who to show your content to, or it could be that something happens in the world of the market that makes people start searching for your topic in much greater numbers than before. The frustrating part is that you have no control over this, except you do have a little bit. If you always ensure that you've used the proper keywords and not abbreviations or lingo, then your content will be easier to find when folks go looking for it. One of my YouTube videos took 419 days to catch on. In the 200 days since then, it's continued to get a reasonable number of views every day. At this point, in the 200 most recent days, it has received over 6 times the number of views it got in that first 419. Go figure. Brutally honest truth number 5. There's no correlation between the effort and earnings, unfortunately. Frustratingly, sometimes your biggest successes will come from the least amount of effort, while the your hardest efforts will produce meager results. Let me share 2 painful examples. The first involved me putting together a lot of information about same-day ACH when this first became available, which was a new payment tool introduced a number of years ago. It took me quite a lot of time to gather everything that I needed, but I put it together in a 1-hour webinar. Attendance at that webinar, when it was offered to my membership organization, was a bit on the low side, but that wasn't the worst of it. I also did the same presentation for another organization that regularly offered my courses rather successfully, and they got 7 attendees. I don't think they even covered my speaking fee, so I put that talk away. On the other end of the spectrum was a video that has gone on since its creation from day one to be one of my top 3 videos viewed just about every single day. Here's what happened. At one point several years ago, I had decided I wanted to try putting a longer video on YouTube. But creating and editing a video takes time, and a video that's 5 times as long as your normal videos will take 5 times as long to write and 5 times as long to edit. There's no economies of scale there. Finally, since it didn't look like I was ever going to get the adequate time to put one together, I grabbed one of my old slide decks on the basics of accounts payable, spent 10 minutes updating it, and recorded it. And as I said earlier, from day one, this has been a winner. Brutally honest truth number 6. Audience wants matter more than audience needs. This is one that I've had to learn and relearn several times myself. Sadly, content creation is all about what the audience wants and is willing to pay for, not but what you think they need or what you want to produce. So as much as I believed, and I still do, by the way, that audience really needed that talk that I did on Same Day ACH, if they aren't willing to consume your content or learn about the topic or pay for it, then you're wasting your time. That being said, if you think the topic is important, I would still create it. You may be ahead of the market, and the market might get there at some point. And when it does, you'll be sitting there ready and waiting with content it needs. Brutally honest truth number 7. Don't overestimate the level of knowledge of your audience. All you have to do is look at the 2 examples I shared with you in Brutally Honest Truth number 5. For the most part, you can't go wrong with the basic. If you spend too much time developing advanced or high-level content that you think the creme de la creme of your audience wants, you'll end up attracting a very small audience indeed. Remember my 7 people? And a small audience usually translates into small income. Not always, but usually, which is not what most of us are looking for. I'm not saying don't create it, but do it judiciously. You don't want to spend all your time creating this wonderful content that nobody is going to look at. The takeaway, which you've probably got from this, is that most audiences want and need the basics, so don't overlook it. And at the end of the day, it's easier to create than more advanced, usually. Okay, brutally honest truth number 8. To ultimately find what works for your best for your content and your audience, you should continually test. Sometimes what the experts tell you will be right for the population at large, but will be wrong for your niche. So test, and test again to see what works for you. It might be wildly different from everybody else. Brutally honest truth number 9. You can repurpose content. This one might be hard to accept, but your viewers and readers don't hang on to every word or every pearl of wisdom that comes out of your mouth. They don't remember what you said or wrote 6 months ago, never mind a year or 2 ago. So if something doesn't work as well as you think, and it is a piece of content that is online, you can simply take it down and rework it. I'm going to talk a lot about this in future videos. You can also cut stuff up and produce several smaller pieces from a longer piece. And you can reuse content from one medium to the next. That is one of the techniques we're going to discuss, as I said, on this channel in a lot of detail because I'm really good at it. So if the thought of that interests you, you might want to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we post new content. Brutally honest truth number 10. Nothing is set in stone. Your content creation efforts will change over time. There'll be new platforms and thus new opportunities. The market will change. Certain types of content will go out of style and others will come in. To be successful, you need to continually stay alert to what's going on so you'll be able to take advantage of whatever new trend hits the market. We are definitely on the lookout for that, and we'll be sharing any news about it on this channel. Did I inspire you to roll up your sleeves and start creating content? If so, you might want to click on the link that has appeared on your YouTube screen and is in the description and watch our most recent video to help prepare you for starting and growing your content creation business.